Romans chapter 3 tells us all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. So who is it in our world today who deserves this death, who deserves this punishment, who deserves, dare I say, beyond physical death, eternal hell? Who is it that has fallen short of God's standard, God's glory? Who is it that has sinned and deserves that? All of us, Romans chapter 3, all of us. I have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Romans 6 tells me that the wages of sin is death. Who does that apply to? That applies to you. It applies to me. I have sinned against God, and because of that, I deserve to die. Not just physical death, eternal damnation. I deserve that. You deserve that, and I want you to know if you can't see that you deserve that, you're never going to be saved. If you can't come to the reality that you are a sinner deserving not just a bad day tomorrow, but eternal hell forever. If you can't come to that reality and see that, you're not going to be saved. There's bad news that the world has to hear and understand before good news gospel is going to make any sense to them. There's bad news for us, and that bad news is we have sinned against a holy, righteous, and perfect God. And He has every right to cast us into hell. All have sinned, and the wages of sin is death. And I think one of the most breathtaking verses in all the Bible comes in Romans chapter 5 and verse 8. When I ponder this as a sinner, as one who deserves death, who deserves damnation. And I ponder Romans chapter 5 and verse 8. But God demonstrates His love towards us in this, that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. That is divine love. That is something of God, because you know what? Humans wouldn't do it that way. You want me to die for you? You better prove your worth first. And even then, I'm not so sure I'd do it. And that's in fact what he says in Romans 5. You show me you're worthy of it, then I might, with all caps, might die for you. And even then, I probably wouldn't. But God shows His love for us in that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us.